Malaysian public are not well informed and the Malaysian public need more information, we think that Balloons was pretty well informed, ladies and gentlemen. We can see that just because through his piece or just through his speech, we see just how much media focuses on politicians or just how much the media focuses on corruption within Malaysia already. So for Balloons to come up and say, we have a problem, the media is not free in Malaysia, the media is being restricted in Malaysia, we say is not really an issue. But let me analyze this first of all. Now what I'm going to do for you today, first thing I'm going to analyze their case step by step, and I'm going to actually look into the things that they were saying, and then I'm going to talk to you and answer some really important questions today's debate. Now the first reason why they say we have to televise it, first silly thing that Prabha came up here and said, television is boring and we need more entertainment in television. I'm going to treat that as a joke and let that go. Second thing he says, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't think it makes sense. Second thing, ladies and gentlemen, he comes up and he says, it's for the public good. You know why? Because Malaysians are not getting the perspectives. Everyone should have their own perspectives of things, ladies and gentlemen, and it's unfair for you to let them watch it from the media. First of all, we say Shabir already told you that, ladies and gentlemen, people or the media personnel who actually attend court trials are not tabloid, ladies and gentlemen, media. These are people usually who have a lot of knowledge and experience in legal issues. That's why they're called legal journalists. They're not going to come up and give snippets, ladies and gentlemen. Have a seat, my friend. Are you now doubting your people, Prabha? Have a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, we say these people are credible. They give legal accounts of what exactly goes on within the court system. Furthermore, we say, even if they think it's one-sided, we say that Malaysian media goes in two sides. You have someone who will obviously be choosing snippets that insult that politician, but at the same time, there's a check and balance. There will be other media personnel who will be putting the other snippets there that will actually portray him in a positive light. So we say, ladies and gentlemen, if the perspective of the media isn't good enough, we say you're the one who's doubting your people and your media that you seem to love Malaysia so much about. Have a seat. The second reason that they're talking about, what did they say? They said politicians have a right to make their defense. Boo-hoo-hoo. Poor politicians are being made fun of and they have a right to defend themselves in public, on television. How did we answer that? First of all, we say, have a seat. These guys are professionals with dealing with people. They're not stupid. They have PR representatives, ladies and gentlemen. If they want to make statements out, they make statements out and they use their PR to get to the people to show their message. That's the first thing we say. Secondly, we said, and Shabir said, sadly Balloons ignored him and made fun of his speech only, listen to the content. We said to you, and Shabir said to you, ladies and gentlemen, that sometimes it's not a good thing because of the fact that these guys are such high profile, because of the fact that these guys have so much mass populist support, we say this hampers justice. And we've told you, ladies and gentlemen, how the public can pressurize, and ladies and gentlemen, can pressurize judges towards sort of making certain untransparent decisions. So we say sometimes it's not really that good, have a seat, to have public support backing and have everyone know what exactly is going on. But then the last thing that came out from Balloons, and he's talking about, ladies and gentlemen, well, hey, they're doing it for parliament, have a seat. They're doing it for parliament, ladies and gentlemen, why don't they do it for this? We think that's a really skewed line of logic. Just because they're doing it for something doesn't mean automatically it'll work for something else. Analyze it for us. Why is it allowed in parliament? First of all, we say, have a seat. In parliament, regardless of what personal tax they're making, they're not accusing you of being guilty of a crime, ladies and gentlemen. We say there's they might call each other silly, they might do what you do to us every once in a while, but there are no attacks on the credibility of the politician that could jeopardize his career. And we know that politicians have a seat. In order to maintain their career, all they have is their reputation, ladies and gentlemen. So we say there is a difference between parliament. You can't just come up and say, well, hey, they're doing this for this, they're not doing this for that. I'll take POIs after I finish my rebuttals. What else did they say? We're restoring faith in governance. Really now. People are every day opening their television and looking at all the horrible things that are happening within their society and looking, ladies and gentlemen, at their politicians being bombarded about how bad and corrupt they are. What faith are you restoring? We say you're going to depress the Malaysian public because you're actually showing them all the negative things that are happening within their society.
Here,
and
here.
no way restores faith. That's going to make them think their country is being shot to hell, ladies and gentlemen, which is why governments restrict media attention. Before I continue, I'm going to give the opening a chance.
Yes. So, ma'am, the summary of your speech is this. If the less we all know, the better we all are off.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. This is what I'm going to talk to you about. Yes, and I'm not afraid to say it. What am I going to do for you? I'm going to basically summarize this debate for you, and I'm going to take you through it step by step. The first question I'm going to ask, how bad is the corruption problem now? He's telling you it's somewhere between Bangladesh and Zimbabwe. We say it used to be somewhere between Bangladesh and Zimbabwe. We say that's the reason why the Malaysians realized, we have to do something something about it, and that's why they empowered the Malaysian anti-corruption agency, and that's why we've seen newspaper accounts of how they're trying to basically recover, ladies and gentlemen. So we say, is it really that bad? And is that, even if it really is that horrible, sir, we question the answer or the way in which you approach the problem that you have. We say, even if corruption is as horrible as Bangladesh and Sudan, might I add, ladies and gentlemen, then how else are you going to solve this problem? Are you going to solve it by blowing it up in the media, ladies and gentlemen, and letting everybody know about it? Or are you going to solve it by strengthening your judicial process and not allowing the public to become someone who has a say? A public who, even though is informed, doesn't have legal degrees, ladies and gentlemen, and shouldn't be making those types of decisions. The second question, ladies and gentlemen, the second question that I'm going to ask, ladies and gentlemen, is this whole idea of the crux of the debate. The people's right to know versus the politicians' rights. We argue in today's debate that people do not have the absolute right to know everything. Why, ladies and gentlemen, do governments keep things from people, and why is it justified? We say in certain instances, the government knowingly withdraws information from the public and does not let them know what's going on. We say this is not against the people's right to know. We say this is the government's way of trying to protect the people, ladies and gentlemen, within our society. For example, they don't release the exact death tolls whenever something bad happens, because they want to regulate society, they want to keep the chaos out, and they want to keep the people hopeful. So we say it is justified for the Malaysian government, ladies and gentlemen, in order to curb the people's right to know, especially information that's potentially harmful for these politicians. But another question that I'm going to ask, and the last question and most important, will justice actually be served? Will justice actually be served? We say, first of all, under our model, justice is being served. Under their model, justice is being hampered, one, because of public support, ladies and gentlemen, or on the other extreme, people making decisions based on just seeing them and giving them basically character assassination. We say you're hampering the politicians, you're hampering the judicial process, you're not really getting what's deserved. And finally, a question that I asked in the POI early on. People know justice is being served. Prove to us why people need to know every single nitty-gritty detail and how that is going to help them in making decisions, and why those decisions of the people are so important and override judges' decisions and jurors' decisions. Thank you.